Hello again. Today we're going to be problem solving, and we're going to do that by drawing a diagram, okay? So let's say we have this problem here. Home is 4 miles east and 3 miles north of school. If a bird flew directly from school to home, how far would it fly? Well, let's draw a diagram, okay? So if home is 4 miles east and 3 miles north of school, then I'm going to start with school, okay? So school will be right here. And then it is going to fly 4 miles east. We'll say that's 4 miles east. And then 3 miles north. This doesn't have to be exact. But what I do know is that this is 4 miles. And I know this is 3 miles. And up here is home. All right. Now, if a bird flew directly from school to home, how far would that be? All right. This is what I need to find. And this is going to be a right triangle. So I need to find this side here, and we're going to call that C. Okay. So you may have heard the expression, as the crow flies. And what that means is if you went from one place to another without having to make any turns or there were no buildings in the way, then you would call that as the crow flies. So we as humans, we need to usually take roads. We can't be walking through, driving through other people's property. So we usually have to go a roundabout way. But if you could fly directly from one point to another, we call that as the crow flies. So in this case, how far does the bird fly? Well, it's a right triangle, and we can use the Pythagorean theorem to solve this, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay? Well, remember, we're going to call a the short leg of the triangle, so we'll say that is 3 squared plus the longer leg of the triangle, which is 4, and we're going to square that, equals c squared. Well, 3 squared is 9 plus 4 squared is 16 equals c squared. 9 plus 16 is 25, and that equals c squared. Well, I need to take my square root of both sides, and that means that c is equal to 5. All right? So c will equal 5 miles. And that's how you draw a diagram to solve that problem. So here we have another problem, and we are going to do some problem solving by drawing a diagram. And we are told that Splitting Oak is 8 kilometers south of Watering Pond. And we're also told that Big Lake is 8 kilometers east of Splitting Oak. How far is Big Lake from Watering Pond? Well, we have Splitting Oak. We'll put that right here. So Splitting Oak. And that is 8 kilometers south of Watering Pond. So we will call this Watering Pond. All right. We're also told that Big Lake is 8 kilometers east. So we're told this is 8 kilometers here. And we're told that Big Lake is 8 kilometers east of Splitting Oak. And they want to know, how far is Big Lake from Watering Pond? Well, we'll form a triangle here, and we know that this is a right triangle. You'll notice that the distance here is the same. All right? Now, if you have a right triangle where two legs are the same, then you know that this is a 45 degree, 90 degree triangle. All right? And remember, there is a pattern to remember. That if you know the two legs, then you know that they are both a, and the hypotenuse will be a times the square root of 2. So that means that the distance from Watering Pond to Big Lake is going to be 8 times the square root of 2 kilometers. And that's how you solve this problem by drawing a diagram.